You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about sports in the state of Michigan? You've got the truth, all right. Can you handle the truth? Find out right now on the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, the show that detects and provides truth, research, and statistics about the Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons, Wolverines, and Spartans. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast and listen to it in audio form wherever you get your podcasts. Follow it on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and like its Facebook page. Also check out our website, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast.code80x.me, and donate to the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast for Autism on GoFundMe, and know the truth. Michigan_Truth, and like its Facebook page, and follow it on Patreon at patreon.com/Michigan Sports Truth. Also check out our website, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast.code80x.me, and donate to the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast for Autism on GoFundMe, and know the truth. I'm Taylor Phillips, your Michigan Sports Truth detective. Sorry about the technical difficulties with the intro, but this podcast consists of hard criticism, hard stories, interesting stats, and the reality about all our sports teams in the state of Michigan. If you're new to it, if any fans can't handle it, they will be doomed to know. What's not allowed on our show: touchy-feely comments, homerism, overreactions, bullying, harassment, and propaganda. And this podcast is hosted by someone who has autism, which is me, and is not for entertainment purposes. The views expressed by the audience, let alone fans, do not reflect the truth and reality about our teams. So tonight we're going to talk about the Lions trading Dave Montgomery to the Texans and cutting center Graham Glasgow. The Tigers having a possible strategy for Corey Julks, plus a recap of the Red Wings, Pistons, Wolverines, and Spartans. So let's get to it right now. The David Montgomery trade. The Lions traded their one of their star running backs to the Houston Texans for offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, a 4th-round pick, a 5th-round pick, and a 7th-round pick. So Lions fans can weep all they want about losing their team losing David Montgomery, but David Montgomery just didn't produce at all last season as much last season as he did the season before. So offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, as we take a look at their at Juice Scruggs here. Hang on a minute. Juice Scruggs. There we go. We got there we go. Apologies for this. Now we got it. So Juice Scruggs. There's the article about the David Montgomery trade. 26-year-old Juice Scruggs from Penn State. Just 3 years in the NFL. He's younger than Montgomery, I would think. Yeah, well, a little younger. Montgomery's 28. It's just unfortunate that the Lions couldn't win a Super Bowl with him. But The Lions did get an offensive lineman in return, plus three draft picks. There we go. We got logs. Oh, not much. I'm not finding much info. NFL.com does not have that anyway, but he's a center. Juice Scruggs is a center. So he might be a good fit for the Lions. As I try to take a look at Juice Scruggs here. Where are his stats, man? No. Yeah, forget it. But I'm sure Juice Scruggs will be a great addition to the Lions offensive line, because he'll be replacing Graham Glasgow, because the Lions released center Graham Glasgow just today. That frees up $5.5 million against the salary cap. Graham Glasgow played so well until he declined last year. He regressed last year when he moved back to center when after Frank Ragnow retired. He moved to right guard for Kevin Zeitler in 2024, but Glasgow just wasn't the center the Lions wanted that he used to be for the Lions. So they cut it. They caught him. They freed up $5.5 million against the salary cap. So the Lions have a little bit of extra room for cap space. Maybe they can have enough room for to sign Max Crosby. I know the Lions are set to pay Jahmyr Gibbs big money for 4 years, like around $90 million. Like I mentioned before in one of my previous episodes. Also, back to the Lions without David Montgomery. I found out there were top available free agent running backs that were listed, and potential outside fits at running back, all listed by Justin Rogers of the Detroit Football Network on Substack. I'm going to show you right now on my shared screen. Come on, close the tab. Thank you. All right, so Kenneth Walker III from the Seattle Seahawks, coming off his second 1,000-yard campaign where he matched his previous career 4.6 yards per carry. Walker only boosted his stock with an MVP performance in the Super Bowl. Kenneth Walker was a beast. He's now a Super Bowl champion. The Super Bowl champion Seahawks. Quick, powerful, and elusive, Walker has all the traits a team could want in a number one back. Man, maybe he would, if the Lions were to get him, he would platoon with Gibbs. He does cost a lot of money, though. Let's take a look at Breece Hall. Hall was one of the few top-tier assets the Jets didn't ship, the New York Jets, that is, didn't ship out ahead of last year's trade deadline. Despite everything else falling apart around him in New York, he managed to deliver his first 1,000-yard season. Breece Hall finished with 1,415 yards and 5 touchdowns from scrimmage, 5 rushing touchdowns. He's played in at least 16 games in each of the past three seasons. And it's just 25 years old. Travis Etienne Jr. After a down year in 2024, Etienne rediscovered his footing while playing for first-year coach Liam Cohen last season. Etienne played for the Jaguars. The former Clemson standout topped 1,100 yards on the ground, had nearly 1,400 yards from scrimmage, and found the end zone 13 times. Etienne is explosive with 28 carries of 10 or more yards and 7 going for at least 20-yard gains. Wow. Man, these are all good. Rico Dowdle, the former Dallas Cowboys running back, delivered while playing on a prove-it deal in Carolina. Former Carolina Panthers, rushing for 1,076 yards, averaging 4.6 yards per carry, and setting a career high with 5 touchdowns on the ground. So you can leave a comment right now if you like. Which one do you like better? Also, potential outside fits at running back. Brian Robinson from the Washington Commanders and San Francisco 49ers, previously with the 49ers. Robinson has been a solid player during his 4-year career. He averaged 776 yards and 5 touchdowns across 3 years with the Commanders before he was shipped to San Francisco ahead of last season. Playing second fiddle to Christian McCaffrey, Robinson saw fewer than half the touches he was getting in Washington. He finished with 400 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on 92 carries. Tyler Algier arguably tops the group of next best backs available after the 4 above. The 5'10", 225-pounder has served as the number 2 behind Bijan Robinson in Atlanta with the Falcons the past 3 seasons, averaging 614 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 4.0 yards per carry. Algier has good first step quickness and power, making him a source for plenty of yards after contact. He's also a decent pass protector if you need the back to hang tough against the blitz. And finally, Nick Chubb from the Cleveland Browns. Once one of the league's most explosive and productive backs, Chubb's prime was derailed by a serious knee injury in 2023 after nearly 400 days between appearances. He's mustered just 3.7 yards per carry the past 2 seasons. Still, there's enough in the tank to serve as a complement to Gibbs if the Lions need one. He won't break the bank, plus there's familiarity with incoming offensive coordinator Drew Petzing after the two worked together in Cleveland. You know, Chubb and Petzing. And one of the Lions fans on Reddit also mentioned James Conner. What do you think of him? Leave a comment on the live chat or just drop a comment in the comment section. So these are all the possible free agents out there, including top and outside fits. So So it would depend upon the cap situation, the Lions' salary cap situation, how much money they have left. So I would go for at least someone who has like a potential to help the Lions win the Super Bowl. There's a hint for you. So that's the Lions lowdown. Now for another Tigers Tribune spring training report. I know they lost 5-2 to the Braves at Joker Martin Stadium. Corey Julks did not play, but he had one plate appearance Sunday, which was yesterday afternoon, in a 4-4 tie at Joker Martin Stadium in Publix Field yesterday against the Toronto Blue Jays. Corey Julks in his alone in his only plate appearance. Corey Julks in his own plate appearance. Corey Julks in his only plate appearance in that game drew a walk, not only keeping his average at exactly 500, but increasing it to 1812, increasing his OPS to 1812. Previously, it was 1788. Now it's 1821, rather. He increases OPS to 1821. So Corey Julks, unlike his first few years in spring training in the minors and the majors with the Houston Astros and the Chicago White Sox, he is really impressed with our Detroit Tigers thus far this spring. Six for 12, including 2 homers, a double, a triple, 2 singles, and 2 walks, only 2 strikeouts. Just 2 strikeouts in 12 at-bats and 13 plate appearances. I think he's resting. You got to give him playing time. But Clay Snowden was mentioning that the Tigers have a different strategy for him as a playing for him to play a role as a veteran minor leaguer, because each MLB team has a veteran minor leaguer, or has to have it. But it's still 10 games into spring training. So I would if I were the Tigers organization right now, I would keep playing Corey Julks and see if he keeps up his hot batting, his incredible batting that he started off with this spring, because he was already assigned to the Toledo Mud Hens on January 16th before spring train, long before spring training began. And now after that, 500 average, 1821 OPS, which is amazing. Thus far, Corey Julks has proven the Tigers and their fan base wrong. And some Tigers fans are too premature to realize that, because they just dwell on the past. They just dwell on his past and go anti-spring training. But his 1821 OPS is by far his best spring training OPS ever in his career, which could mean, as of right now, that he does deserve a spot on the opening day roster for the Tigers. At least, if not quite yet in the starting lineup. The Tigers need it at bat. And Corey Julks, his entire career, just 3 MLB regular seasons in, he only committed 2 errors in 157 regular season games with the Astros and White Sox combined. So, again, if I were the Tigers, I would give Corey Julks more playing time this spring training before they make a final decision with him. Because I think I really think they jumped the gun by assigning him to AAA Toledo with the Mudheads on January 16th. I think that was too early. Just they only did that as a precaution. I would say that would be my only defense for them doing that. My only reasoning for them doing that. But, so that's the Tigers Tribune Spring Training Report. Now another edition of As the Wing Wheel Turns. The Red Wings beat the Nashville Predators 4-2 at Bridgestone Arena. Let's go ahead and take a look on our shared shared screen. Oh, there it is. So, Emmett Finney, Lucas Raymond, Albert Johansson, shorthanded goal. Alex DeBrincat, empty net. Philip Forsberg on the power play. Jonathan Marchessault for the Predators. So, the Red Wings never even had a power play chance. Well, they did. Actually, they did. 0 for 2 on the power play. Penalty minutes, 6-4 Red Wings. But face-offs, 51.6%. Shots were 31-30 in favor of the Red Wings. John Gibson took a shot in the shoulder, took a hit in the shoulder. He left the game, but after the game, Coach Todd McClellan said it was a stinger, but he says he's walking or skating all right, so he should be okay. It's nothing serious. It should be nothing serious. It was a little bit of an upper body injury, but I think it's a little bit of pain. It's not. Some may call it an injury, but it's not. So Emmett Finney, +1 with a goal. Patrick Kane, all zeros, but got a goal in Carolina, but I hate to say it, Patrick Kane just hasn't produced as of late. Anyway, Simon Edmondson, +1. Every Red Wings defenseman was a plus, except Jacob Bernard Docker, who was a 0 ±, had a 0 ±. Gibson, 10 saves. Cam Talbot, 18, 28 saves. Total by Gibson and Talbot combined. And with that win, the Red Wings jump back up into third place in the Atlantic Division. 76 points, 35-20-6. One more regulation loss than the second place Buffalo Sabres right here. 19-6 and 35-19-6 with 76. So the Red Wings leapfrog those Montreal Canadiens, who hold that first wild card spot in the Eastern Conference, 33-17-9 with 75 points. But a lot of those potential playoff teams have goal differential pluses, plus goal differentials, while the Red Wings have a -1 goal differential. So, and the Blue Jackets have a 0 goal differential. 189 against 189 to 189 there. That's all you need to know, except for the Red Wings next games. They're home against the Vegas Golden Knights and the Florida Panthers Wednesday and Friday at 7 before they head to New Jersey and Florida and Tampa Bay all at 7 next week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, before they head to Dallas on a week from Saturday, March 14th in Dallas at 8 against the Stars. Yeah, so you got the Golden Knights, Panthers, Devils, Panthers again, Lightning, and Stars. Before the Red Wings return home to face off with the Calgary Flames 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks from Monday, at 7 on March 16th at 7 on FanDuel Sports Detroit. The Red Wings Devils game, the upcoming Sunday, is on ESPN. That's at 7. Right about here, so I can see it. So that's another edition of As the Wing Wheel Turns. But before we get to the Pistons Post, a new segment called Media Message. The Tigers and Red Wings will be on a new sports network called Detroit Sports Net. Powered by MLB Media and Illich Sports and Entertainment. Starting at the beginning of the 2026 Tigers MLB regular season with cable and satellite providers to be determined later on. And then the Red Wings follow up later in 2026. So that's all we know at the moment. That's another installment of the media message segment. Now to the Pistons Post. Business as usual. The Pistons beat the Orlando Magic 106-92 at Kia Center. It's not Amway Arena anymore. It's the Kia Center. So yeah, Cade Cunningham, another 20-plus performance. 20-plus point performance, 29 points again. Exactly 29 points yet again and again and again. How weird's that? In a good way. Tobias Harris, 23 points. Jalen Duren, 16 and 10 boards. Tobias Harris, 7 rebounds. Asar Thompson, 9 and 11 boards. Ron Holland Jr., 11 points. Karis LeVert, 8. Paul Reed with 5. Just the only minus was Paul Reed, -2. Everyone else was a plus. So that puts the Pistons, of course, improves their record to 45-14, 5.5 games back. While the Oklahoma City Thunder are at 47-15, 758 winning percentage. Pistons 763. They're the top of the NBA still. The Magic 31-28, 14 games back. The Heat 32-29, 14 games back. One of the upcoming opponents for the Pistons and Cavaliers. Pistons at Spurs. The Cavs Tuesday at 7. Spurs Thursday at 8 at AT&T Center. Pistons return home just for one game against the lowly Brooklyn Nets Saturday at 6. Again, as I mentioned before, Pistons head to Miami to play the Heat. Good matchup. Sunday at 6. All those games on FanDuel Sports Network Detroit. Pistons, I believe, are staying on FanDuel Sports Network Detroit unless something changes later on. And then Tuesday on FanDuel Sports Network, Detroit Extra, Pistons at Brooklyn Nets. And then the Pistons' next live stream game at home a week from Thursday, March 12th at 7 on Amazon Prime Video against the 76ers, the Philadelphia 76ers, who are also hungry for a playoff spot. That's the Pistons Post. The Wolverines World Beat Men's Basketball Edition, as I mentioned before in my last episode, Michigan guard L.J. Cason out for the remainder of the season. He was injured. Now he's out for the remainder of the season with a torn ACL. So that means Elliot Cadeau will get more playing time and work in at point guard. And the Wolverines, I think, are down to like 8 or 7 players left on their roster going into the Big Ten tournament and NCAA tournament, Division I men's basketball. And then finally, the Spartans fan men's basketball edition. Michigan State gets another road win, beating the Indiana Hoosiers 77-64. Michigan did not play, by the way, the past Saturday or Sunday, or today. They're off until Thursday at Iowa, and then Sunday at home against Michigan State. But the Spartans, they've had like at least a little bit of a comfortable lead most of the game. Yeah, 99%. They led 99% of the game. They led for 99% of the game. Wow. Indiana now drops to 8-10 in the Big Ten. Jackson Kohler and Jeremy Fears Jr. both leading in scoring each with 21 points. Jackson Kohler also adding 13 rebounds to complete a double-double. Kurt Tang, 18 points. Only 3 Spartans in double figures. Only 2 in the starting lineup and 1 off the bench. The rest of them didn't even come close to double figures. See, Cohen Carter with 6, Carson Cooper only 4, Jordan Scott with only 3, Cam Moore with 4. The other 2, Trey Ford and Denim Wojcik, with 0 each. So I guess that wasn't necessarily, they weren't necessarily needed. Spartans only have 9 players on their roster. The Hoosiers have only 8. Lamar Wilkerson, 29 points. Tucker DeVries, 20. Sam Alexis with 8. That's pretty much it. Nobody on the bench for Indiana scored a single point. Nick Dorn, 4 points. Connor Enright with 3 in 27 minutes. He did not do much in 27 minutes. Wow. Is Indiana really that bad? Almost like UCLA. Almost compared to UCLA. So the Spartans are home against sluggish Rutgers Thursday at 8 on FS1. And then they go to Ann Arbor for the rematch against Michigan. Number 3 Michigan, Sunday at 5:30 on CBS. That is everything. Those are all the teams that we've covered. That's the Spartans Span men's basketball edition. So let me take a sip of my water before we wrap things up here with the What Did We Learn segment. So we've learned that the Lions did get an offensive lineman and a valuable offensive lineman and Juice Scruggs and 3 draft picks in return for David Montgomery heading to the Texans. Also, the Tigers are only 10 games into spring training. Corey Julks, the Tigers need to give Corey Julks more playing time in spring training so he can at least try to further prove himself. Because again, 1821 OPS, a 500 average, 14 plate appearances, 12 walks, not 13. So I made a mistake there, but that's fixed. And then the Red Wings, they're still hanging in there. They're really fighting for a playoff spot, and they're not going to let up anytime soon. As I look in my imaginary crystal ball, the Pistons just doing business as usual. Wolverines, significant loss. LJ Cason torn ACL out for the remainder of the season, but that leaves Alec Cadeau with more playing time and getting more work in at point guard. As the Wolverines head to Iowa on Thursday at 8 on Peacock. And the Spartans, again, getting 2 road wins in a row before heading back home to the Breslin Center for senior night against the lowly Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And then heading to Michigan to play the Wolverines. So that's everything we've learned in this episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. I'm Taylor Phillips. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like its videos and turn on all notifications on the bell icon. Click or tap on live to find its latest full episodes and check out its shorts videos. And leave a comment if you are subscribed to the channel. Only if. Also watch it live and follow it on Twitch at Michigan Sports Truth. And listen to it in audio form on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music /Audible, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and JioSaavn. Also join its Supporters Club on Spreaker, just $2 a month. On social media, follow the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and on Reddit at u/Michigan_Truth. Also like its Facebook page, facebook.com/Michigan Sports Truth, and on Patreon, patreon.com/Michigan Sports Truth. Our website, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast .code adx.me. And finally, donate to the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast for autism on GoFundMe. The goal is $2,400. Until next time, this is Taylor Phillips signing off. Remember, stay on the lookout. Remember, I always observe and detect the truth about sports in the state of Michigan because the Michigan Sports Truth is out there. Ta-ta, hit them with a hind, power to the people, ba-ba-ba-wee to y'all.
High-speed internet service provided by Cherry Capital Communications in Elk Rapids. Visual wardrobe props provided by Creative Embroidery of Cadillac. Statewide business endorsements go to Fox Motors, Cops and Donuts, Grand Traverse Pie Company, J&H Family Stores, Positive Chimney and Fireplace, Farm Bureau Insurance, Michigan's Adventure, Alpine Chocolate House in Manistee, Boyne City, Gaylord, Plymouth, and Sault Ste. Marie, Hudsonville Ice Cream, Grandpa's Mini Donuts, Rally House Michigan and Rally House Detroit, Tom's Food Markets, Beacon and Bridge, Fago Soda, Detroit Wing Company, Simply Delightful, JR's All-Star Haircuts for Men, Tropical Touch Spa, Main Street Rocks, G's Pizzeria, Wesco, 7 Brew Coffee, Gardner White Furniture, and BC Pizza. Metro Detroit area business endorsements go to the Annex Detroit Nightclub and its Annex Angels, the Vanguard Hotel in Ann Arbor, Realtors Kevin S. Bentley and Lindsay Gorman, Sean O'Callaghan's Public House in Plymouth, Gino's Surf, Avenue American Bistro, Mochi Nut Donut and Boba, the Edo Ramen House in Southfield, the Great Lakes Crossing Mall in Auburn Hills, Empire of Detroit, Modern 7 Bistro, Northville Sports Den, the Union Barber Shop in Birmingham and Ferndale, United Mobile Power Wash and Dry Ice Works in Southfield, Frothy Girl in Ortonville, Spot Truck in Dearborn and Detroit, Athletico Physical Therapy on Woodward Street in Ferndale, Detroit Pizza Company, The Blind Owl in Royal Oak, Brass Rail Detroit. Cali Tickets, call 877-225-8425 or visit CaliTickets.com. Reliance Pressure Washing, The Jagged Fork, Goodman Acker PC, Northwestern Technological Institute, Green Lantern Pizza, the Pins Bowling Center in South Lyon, Impact North in Ortonville, Vitamin Shop in Auburn Hills, Legacy Family Dental Center in Dearborn, 350 Terrace, and Hodges Subaru. Local business endorsements go to Cherry Capital Communications in Elk Rapids, Glen Arbor Construction, Freshwater Auto Spa in Kalkaska, Kingsley Lumber, Boyne Golf, The Outsider in Manistee, the Silver Dollar Pub and Grill in Roscommon, Toy Town of Cadillac and Reed City, the Landing Zone in Gaylord, the VI Grill in Suttons Bay, West Michigan Massage Therapist Emmeline. Visit zenwim.com, the B4 Foundation in Ithaca, Wexford Community Credit Union in Cadillac and Lake City, Jay's Sporting Goods in Gaylord and Clare, the Front Porch in Suttons Bay, Trout Town Tavern and Eatery in Kalkaska, the El Cilantro Taco Shop in Petoskey, Bay Mills Resort and Casino in Brindley, Fuel Up Nutrition in Clare, JNS Hamburg in Traverse City and Kingsley, United Food Service Solutions in Grand Ledge, Friendly Foodies in Alpena, the Asian Buffet in Cadillac and Traverse City, Luddington Meat Company, McBain Hardware, Vandry Home Furnishings in Cadillac, Houghton Lake, Big Rapids, and Traverse City, Pearl's New Orleans Kitchen in Elk Rapids, Rogers Food Center in Lake City, Everett, and Reed City, Herman Hiss and Company in Bay City, Fletcher's Pub and Texas Corners in Kalamazoo, the Michigan Theater of Jackson, Hooters in Saginaw, Anna's House in Grand Rapids, Coffee Beanery in Flushing, Merritt Speedway, Northport Pub and Grill, Northern Logistics, and Spicer's Boat City in Houghton Lake. Traverse City business endorsements go to Honest Eyes Optical, Old Mission Culture Company, Archer Contracting, Intrepid Cycling, Moomer's Homemade Ice Cream, TC Man Cave, K1 Speed, Play It Again Sports, Erica Nita of Traverse City Real Estate, Yen Yoga and Fitness inside the Delamar Resort on Front Street, Firefly Kitchen and Bars, Traverse City Fun Running, Bergstrom's Burgers, Margarita's Grill, Wellbeing with Catherine Palms, Traverse City Comfort Advisor by Comfort Center, Bayview Flooring, North Coast Golf Shop, Dockside Market, Anna Very Fine Foods, and Team Bob's Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Cadillac business endorsements go to Cadillac Grill, Cadillac Nutrition, Cadillac Horizon Books, Creative Embroidery, Michigan Coffee Company, Shaley Bear Creations, Pro Quality Cleaners, Raven Social, Wildflower Bakery, Northern Star Event Rentals, Primo's Barbecue, Wexford Jewelers, Evolve Yoga and Fitness, Chunky Bear Coffee Roasters, The Truck Stop, Cadillac Lofts Apartments, Bigelow Supply, The Food Mafia's Let's Roll With It Rolled Ice Cream, Evergreen Resort with Curly's Bar and Grill, Tees Tanning Salon, 5-star real estate agent Stacy Zirkle, The Pine Sports Bar and Bowling Center, Pizza Plus, Chico's Taco House, Baldwin Family Healthcare, Blue Heron Cafe, The House of Hunan, Wexford Senior Care Center, Max Swings Indoor Golf, Beaner's Pizza, Cabernet Peaks, Burke's Waterfront Restaurant, the Cadillac Party Lounge, and the Sweet Shop. Lake City business endorsements go to Cuts by Melanie, the Pearson Agency, the LC Tap House, Hutchinson Septic and Excavating, the Coffee Cup, It's a Denise Jewelry, To the Moon Bakery, Northern Auto Lab, Hammer's Pub and Grub, Shoreline Cafe, Rustic Hog Barbecue, Pancho Villa Mexican Grill, the AL Trading Post, and the Misaki Golf Club Golf Course.